like to share with them?
The following message is transmitted at the request of local authorities.
I'm John, representing Room Service Airsoft. Today we're going to be demonstrating TOG's medic rules. Each player will need to provide their own watch, dead rag, and red glow stick. Each fire team will be issued a medic bag. Inside are going to be strips that you tie on your person or if someone wounded to bring them back into the game. Optional rules include providing your own bag and bringing your own tourniquets. I'm using a cat tourniquet and a custom-made Velcro tourniquet. Each player is going to want to have their own watch on their person. This is going to allow you to monitor when you bleed out and when you need to return to your respawn. The following rule set is for TOG's Milsim games. Failure to follow these rules will first result in a warning. The second time you are caught, you'll be escorted from the field and you will not be given a refund. Admins can be found in-game on the field. They will also be embedded in each squad. Airsoft is best enjoyed when you follow the rules, call your hits, and play fairly. Rambo playstyle doesn't lead for a good time for anyone. Yelling for another player to call their hits is not allowed. If you are hit, you'll yell hit, hit, hit 3 times loudly, raise your dead rag in the air, and either lay down on the ground or sit down until a medic can attend to you. The only communication you're allowed after you've been hit is to call for a medic. If you are hit while holding the medic bag, you're allowed to drop it for another player to rescue you and the medic bag. Once the strip has been tied to your arm, you are back in play. Your squad will be able to tie strips on players until you run out of resources. We'll follow up with more information about that later. Once you're hit, call out hit, hit, hit 3 times loudly and show your red rag. A player can put their hand on you and pull you back. Once you're in a safe place, anybody is able to take the medic bag, pull out a strip, and tie it onto your wounded teammate. Once that strip is tied, you are back in play. Ghosting rules. If members of your squad are wounded and you are not able to get back to them in order to medic before their 5-minute bleed out, those players that are wounded will keep a dead rag on their head and follow your squad at a safe distance. This is called ghosting. It's important to remember that you're not allowed to speak if you're ghosting. Ghosting is unique to TOG, and what it helps to do is keep you all together as a unit. Once members of your group have bled out and ghosting, the players still active in the squad have a few decisions. They can continue playing until their medic supplies completely run out. They can borrow bandages from an allied squad. Or, once 50% or more of their group has bled out, the active players can make a decision to return to respawn. At respawn, they will untie all of the bandages or tourniquets, return those to the medic pouch, and return to the game. If you lose strips or tourniquets, those are resources that you're losing and simulate a real-life experience. Remember, it's important. If at least 50% of your squad has bled out, you have to wait for that last person to finish their 5-minute bleed out before you return to respawn. Moving the wounded. If a player is hit and still within their 5-minute bleed out, another healthy player can put one hand on the wounded and walk with that player. If a second active player puts another hand on that wounded, they're able to run. Just to review, you're only allowed to run with a wounded player if you have 2 healthy players with their hands on someone who is wounded.
It's time for our Milsim Quiz!
In this quiz, you're going to decide if what you're seeing is a good idea or a bad idea. Not calling your hits.
Bad idea.
Yelling that other players should call their hits.
Call your hit!
Bad idea.
After you've bled out, approaching your friends to ask about lunch plans. Maybe tell them where the enemy is located.
Bad idea.
After you're hit, dropping the medic bag so that another player can pick it up and use it for the rest of the time.
Good idea.
Using a wounded player as a shield to protect you from BBs.
Bad idea.
Once medic supplies run out, active players discuss amongst themselves if they should return to respawn in order to refill the medic supplies.
Good idea.
Shooting full auto indoors.
Bad idea. The end.